What's going on, guys? New podcast just loaded called Stay the Course, where I just kind of ramble on a little bit about you guys and seeing, progress and results in not just fitness, but everything in your life, whether that be, your finances, your career, your education, even the relationships that you have, with your, wife or husband or friends and family. And I believe that's true. I meet thousands of people I've worked with over the years, and I met hundreds of them who they want to be a tourist, basically in their own life, and they want to jump from program to program or chase the next magic pill, the next quick fix. I'm going to invest into Bitcoin fast, and I'm going to make $1 million in 2 weeks, or I'm going to do 6-pack abs in 6 minutes. And the reality is that for you guys in life in general, I think this is a takeaway. 99% of the stuff that you guys are going to do to be successful, whether it be in your eating, whether it be in your training, in your finances, in your career, in your education, even your marriage, is rooted in the most basic, fundamental, boring, mundane stuff. It's the consistent foundational skills that you guys have that are going to make you successful over time. It's the 1% of the stuff is shiny and sexy and fancy, and that's what gets people, I guess, excited, or draws them in, or gives them this false sense of, hope that they can get rich and become a millionaire in 2 weeks, or they can become ultra fit in 22 days. And that's not just the reality. You look at anybody who's successful in life, we always say easy come, easy go, but anybody who's reached any level of achievement, whether it be, they're good at something, they're great at something, they're phenomenal, or they've reached a level of mastery, I can promise you it's been rooted in the fundamentals and the basics of just staying the course, not, program jumping, not chasing every new shiny object, just sticking to the things that work. And I think fitness is the same way. And again, we don't sell anything to people. When you guys work with me, whether it be in person, online, it's all the same stuff. I'm not selling any, magic pills or potions or revolutionary training shit, because the reality is all it is you guys working hard, consistently day after day. Pushing your body to become a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, squeeze a little bit more out of what you can do, and being very efficient with your time. And then in terms of eating, just eating real food, it's basic stuff. And again, people want to go and jump on, 19 different dieting protocols and hop from this eating style to this eating style, and they give it 3 weeks, and it's super ridiculous, and it's not hard, and it's not sustainable, and they wonder why they don't have results, because they haven't put in the work. They haven't tried something for 90 days, 180 days. They haven't tried something for a year consistently of just eating real food inside your macro ranges. And, if fat loss is a goal, eating at a deficit and avoiding excess sugar and booze and abusing your body and getting to sleep on time and not stressing and just doing the things that healthy people do. And I touched on the podcast, the same thing, how people become millionaires. And those are the two things that I'm probably interested in the most, because there was a time in my life where I was very unhealthy, and a time in my life when I was, broke as shit. And the funny thing is that, most people think millionaires, they have to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and that they've inherited the money. And take it from me, you guys, that's not the case at all. When you talk to real people, when you look at the stats, most people who are millionaires never made $100,000 a year. They just didn't. Most of them did not inherit the money or any money at all whatsoever. Well, how do they do it? It's really simple. They paid off their bills. They got out of debt. They paid off their student loans. They probably never had a car loan. They probably never bought a new car. They paid off their house early, well before 30 years, most of them probably 12 years or less. They took that money, they invested in the stock market. They invested into their 401k or their SEP, or they invested back into real estate, and compound interest over time and multiple streams of revenue made them a millionaire. It's really a simple, basic, boring formula. How do people get fit? Well, they get up every day and they exercise. They do. They find a program that works for them. They find certain days of the week they can block off to be fit, and they work out. And they push themselves, typically with a coach or a group, harder than they would on themselves. And when they're on their own, they do non-fitness activities. Maybe they walk, maybe they hike, but they're just active. They stretch, they do mobility, and they're eating real food inside their macro ranges day after day. And they're very mindful of when they drink booze or have excess sugar, and they know what they're doing and when they're doing it. And they do it consistently for a long period of time, and they become fit and they stay fit. So all this is, when you listen to the podcast, I go into it in great detail. But I just want to urge you guys to stay the course. If you're going, if you're trying to write a book right now, you're probably not going to write, a bestseller in 2 days. It's probably going to take you some time. If you're trying to be super fit, you're going to have to give your program, a good 6 months to a year, and commit to it, and take any progress as progress. You don't have to hit a home run. You don't have to hit the lottery with every single thing. It's a consistent effort day after day over time. You can't be a tourist in your own life and jump from one thing to the next. You have to actually put in the work and stay the course. And I say this in every group that we coach and everything that I do. I take no credit for anything anybody's done who works with us. I didn't do the push-ups for you. I didn't, track the macros for you. I didn't eat the Brussels sprouts for you. I didn't ride the assault bike for you. You did it. We just presented you with an opportunity to do it. So any success you guys achieve in life, in fitness, in finance, in your career, your marriage, or lack thereof for that matter, is 100% tied to you and your consistent efforts day after day after day. And if you reverse engineer everything and you look at the people who are financially successful, you look at the people who are happy in their careers or have a successful marriage, or people who are super fit and strong, it's the little daily habits, rituals, and routines that they're doing over time, the commitment that they made to it, to stick to something and follow through with it and understand they delayed the gratification of it. They were willing to pay the price up front, even though they couldn't see the promise yet. And sometimes it's the simple answer, focusing on the 99% of the stuff, the basic fundamental routines that will get you there. So take that for what it's worth, you guys. Anything else you guys want to hear on the podcast, click it, give it a listen, but shoot me a message. I'm happy to record if I can. Until next time, you guys, eat well, train hard, be nice to people, and please don't program jump around. Don't do 19 different things. Find 2 or 3 things you guys can focus on. Give it time. Be consistent with it. And I promise you, it can change everything. So have an awesome rest of your night, you guys. Peace.